guys, it's Shinobi Whispers again. Continuing this request video to do my movie collection. It'll probably do, a comic book collection sometime in the near future. I just noticed that Kane here looks like he's gonna give me a haircut. Anyways, that's Kane and Raziel in the back there. So anyways, I should get started because it's gonna take a long time. First up, I'm gonna start with animation, which I know I already did animation, but that was anime, so this is gonna be more American-ish animation. Alice in Wonderland. I had to buy this one when it came out, the special anniversary. The girl who played Wendy's voice in Peter Pan, Catherine Beaumont, I believe her name is, who also plays Alice. So yeah. Cheshire Cat looking all weird. But yeah, love this movie. Next is Batman Gotham Knight. I should have put this in the anime collection. I just noticed that because it's, more Japanese type animation. But yeah, it's a very cool tin type cover. But the story line in this one is kind of mixed because each animation is 15 minutes long and there's only 6 of them, and each one of them have their own types of animated styles. But my favorite one in this is Deadshot. That one has the most sleek and smooth animation in this series. You can only see the back of him there in the inside cover. When he's firing at Batman, it's the backside of Deadshot. It's fun. Next, Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Probably one of my favorite Batman animated movies, aside from this one, but I'll tell you about that next. Yeah, I totally remember this movie when I was little. And you got the Phantasm right there. And yeah, I love the storyline and the soundtrack in this. I'll have to buy the soundtrack someday because it's got some cool scores done by Shirley Walker, who I think has passed away now, which is a bummer. She did some cool scores for the animated series as well. Next, Batman Under the Red Hood. And I think my brother got this for me around Christmas time. Very good story, very solid animation, and characters in this are more intense, as you would see, more so than the Batman animated series or, Mask of the Phantasm. It's very cool. I don't want to give anything away for those of you who haven't seen it. But yeah, the Joker is, spoiler alert, but the Joker is very well, insanely portrayed in this as a psycho killer. forgot I had this one. Billy and Mandy. The Grim Adventures, but this is just the movie. Can't remember when I bought this, but you know, it's always been around. The Corpse Bride. Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. Yeah, make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, same kind of stop motion animation they did with The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, it's a very cool movie. Next, Dark Crystal. I know it's not animation, but it's puppeteering movie. I've heard that they've plan on doing a sequel to this. I thought it was going to be called Power of the Dark Crystal, but it's never... I've never seen any production notices of it coming out, but it would be pretty interesting how they would do it differently from if it's not going to be a puppet movie. Anyways, I still love the original movie. Very cool storyline and characters and fantasy. Yeah, it's very cool. There's Jen and Kira, Skeksis and the Mystics. Let's see. Green Lantern. First Flight. Another very cool origin story of Hal Jordan when he becomes Green Lantern. It's got this very cool light effect on the cover here. I'm not sure. I think it's the same cover on the sleeve. Yeah. Lights. Very cool animated short, emphasize short on this, because the Wolverine versus Hulk, it's only like 37 minutes, which is a bummer. And then Hulk versus Thor is like 40 minutes or something. But I enjoyed the Hulk versus Wolverine the most. But there we go. Little change of scenery. Hulk smash beauty. Anyways, I loved Deadpool's cameo in Hulk vs. Wolverine. They portrayed him pretty well in this. Deadpool, I mean. But very cool clash of the Titans and Hulk vs. Wolverine and Thor. Very cool. There you go, I get a little glimpse of Mr. Deadpool. That's cool. Then I have Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. I believe it was a comic for this movie, so I didn't read that. But so yeah, it's a double cross dimension universe where they meet evil versions of themselves, and yeah, I thought it was an interesting storyline. But different voice actors for this one. It wasn't Kevin Conroy as Batman. I think it was one of the Baldwin brothers. I can't remember his name. Dustin Hoffman as a red panda. It's funny. And here we have The Nightmare Before Christmas. Very cool cover. Jack Skellington. Yeah. Another stop motion movie by Tim Burton. And I heard he's doing another one called Frankenweenie, which we'll have to check that one out sometime. Yeah, still love this movie. The songs in it are great. I haven't watched it, like, I don't know, a couple of years. I'll have to watch it during Halloween or something. Next I'm going to show you this 2-set series of Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the micro series, I mean, done by the same guy who did Samurai Jack. I thought these were a lot better than the prequels combined because it showed you the action you wanted to see with Jedi and the Sith and the Clone Wars. So, I highly recommend this to anyone who hasn't picked up a copy of this series because it has action all the way around, especially the first season, which is probably my favorite of the two. So yeah, there's not much more I can say about this than it's probably the greatest contribution to the Star Wars series, more so than the prequels. Next we have, well, actually first I should show the first in the lineup. Excuse me. Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. Very cool animation, very cool storyline, and yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going really fast because I've got so many other movies. Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. Yeah, great cover on this, but not probably as strong as Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. But yeah, it's... By the way, the cover on here is nothing like the animation in the movie. It looks more like one of those motion comics they do now. Yeah, but it has a very cool Green Arrow short movie on this showcase, I mean. And last in my animated lineup is Wonder Woman. This is how the live-action movie should be if they ever make one. Because it shows, the beginning of Wonder Woman. And her mother, Hippolyta. And also, I think Kerry Russell does Diana's voice. And Alfred Molina plays Ares in this. You can see him on the back. There we go. She's about to beat the crap out of him. But yeah, I really liked this version of Wonder Woman. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It was wonderful, I'll say. this genre of movies now. Random and alphabetical, as you'll find. Abbott and Costello. I remember watching Hold That Ghost, which is my favorite one in this series. It's very funny and slapstick type comedy, which I kind of grew up on. So, next, Anchorman. There's Mr. Burgundy. And his boxers. Anyways, very cool comedy. Next up is Angels and Demons. I have only started reading Angels and Demons, done by Dan Brown. So, chronologically, the book Angels and Demons, I think, came first, and then was Da Vinci Code, I believe. But I think the movie was awesome. Total surprise ending. That's all I'll say about that. Next is a movie I'll have to rebuy because it just came out with the Swedish version, which has more scenes in it. But this is Arn, the Knight Templar. I don't know, I was just really attracted to the storyline and the events that took place in this movie. It also has Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool movie. Of course, during the Crusades, and the guy who plays Arn, he gets sent there because he does a naughty deed, I guess, that gets him sent to the Holy Lands, and then he has to totally fight his way back home to Sweden, and then he has to fight another battle against, what do they call him? Sverks, if I'm saying that right. Anyways, it's a cool movie. Next, we have Avatar. There we go. Got the eye there, and then cover. Anyways, this was before I had a Blu-ray set, so I don't know if I should rebuy this just yet. Anyways, storyline is very strong and represents a very big representation of the Western frontier. The series I just showed you, Into the West, and the total annihilation of the Native Americans. But yeah, that was very strong message in that movie of a comparison of you know what happened to the Na'vi and I don't know if I should praise that or be offended by it, but not sure. My my grandma's side, or my dad's mother's side, has some Cherokee blood in them. So I am, I guess, part Cherokee. I know that's hard to believe. Even look how white I am. I'm not even sure if I am Cherokee or not. But I think I wanted to save doing this video until I bought this movie, because I felt that it completed my movie collection, The Avengers. Yeah, it wouldn't be a movie collection without The Avengers, I'll say. This is total nerdvana for me. And I get nerdgasms whenever I watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it after I do this video. Just because it is so lives up to its promise, I think. But yeah, it's probably my favorite movie of the year, other than The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, those two are in the top two of my list for favorite movies this year. Yeah, they had at the store, they had this 4 combo pack, which I wasn't thinking of buying because it just had the digital copy and a soundtrack of the movie, which I don't really need. So this is just the Blu-ray and DVD one. But yeah, totally check this out, you guys. It's an awesome movie. I can't believe I'm only in the B's now. This is gonna take me forever. Batman, 1966, the movie. I think this is the first DVD I ever bought. And it was at a store that is now closed down the mall where I live. It's either Sunrise Videos or something Sun in the title. That's where I bought it originally. Yeah. So we got Adam West, Mr. Burt Ward. In fact, I saw, if you guys go back to the Dark Knight Rises and the football arena, the guy who makes the touchdown and he turns around and then he has the Ward on the back of his jersey. I thought that was interesting. They put that in the back. So that was cool. Cameo of that. Here we have Batman 1989. Michael Keaton and Nicholson. Yeah. Boop. Boop. I love that scene in this movie. It's random as the Joker. Batman Begins. Another movie I want to buy on DVD. I'll have to get rid of my DVD collection sometime soon, if I'm going to make the transfer over to Blu-ray. But I absolutely love this movie. love that they introduced new characters to the plot and new villains to the movie that haven't been seen before in a live-action film, such as Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow. Very nice additions to this movie, and the cover's awesome. Where were the other drugs going? I know his voice is a little over the top, but yeah. This is just a stand-up DVD of Billy Connolly. Yeah, he's got his whole pirate goatee going on there. Or goat? Goatee? I don't know what you call it, something like that. But yeah, this is probably the only American DVD I could find of Billy Connolly, because I'm searching for stuff a lot, and it's the only one I found, but it's semi-funny. I think I'm in the C's now. Nope, I'm not. I'm still in B's. Where can I put this? Got a whole stack here. Blackbeard. What's his actor's name? Angus McFadden plays Blackbeard very well, and yeah, it's a little miniseries of the cut through Blackbeard, Edward Teach, actually. So yeah, it's a good pirate miniseries. And this is an 80s film, Better Off Dead, John Cusack. I remember watching this with my cousin, and he recommended it to me, so I thought it was very funny. Very funny 80s type movie. And it's cool, full of funny references. It also has a Van Halen number with John Cusack when he's making burgers. Grub. It's funny. Of course, this wouldn't be a collection without Beverly Hills Ninja. Chris Farley. Yeah. It's very funny. Chris Farley, I miss this guy. It's so funny. Boondock Saints. Anybody? Yep, I've got this one and the more recent one, the All Saints Day. Cool. And Braveheart. My hair is almost at that length now, I think. Not yet. I think I'd have to get some kind of headbanger wig to make it look like William Wallace. This next one is Bringing Up Baby, which has Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn. A very funny slapstick type comedy, which a leopard is tossed into the mix of this movie. And so yeah, the leopard is called Baby, and Katharine Hepburn's character kind of takes care of it, and Cary Grant is all he just gets somehow thrown into her life, and she becomes obsessed with him. It's a very funny encounter with each other in that movie. This is Bruce Lee it only has it's a small collection of The Chinese Connection and Blind Fists of Bruce, which I don't think that stars him at all. Bruce Lee, the man, the myth. Chinese Connection was the only thing I was after in this DVD. But it's also called Fist of Fury. And the Chinese title, I mean, Captain America. Yeah, I think the first action figure I had was Captain America, but I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, very good portrayal and origin story to Steve Rogers. And yeah, very good movie. Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, and possibly the best Bond film I've seen. I think I like Daniel Craig as Bond and Sean Connery. Those two are my top two favorites as James Bond. So yeah, very good portrayal of in this movie with Eva Green as well. She's a pretty cool actor. I kind of wish she had played Catwoman, just because she has that Catwoman look. Next up is Brandon Lee, The Crow. My favorite comic-related films, done by James O'Barr. And unfortunately, Brandon's last movie, but steering away from that, it's a very good storyline and portrayal of Eric Draven from James O'Barr's comic. Yeah, it's a very good film. Love it. Next is Curse of the Golden Flower. Gong Li and Chow Yun-fat. I love the story, and it's very dramatic in a sense, and just really powerful movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out. This makes me laugh. Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I think I got this during Christmas time, and my mom gave it to me, and I have no idea why, but I guess as embracing my Irish heritage. But yeah, one of Connery's first movies, I think. It's very Irish film. Oops. You'll notice that I have two versions of The Dark Knight here, only because when my original DVD player only did the pan screen, which gave out a very thin line of the widescreen, which I wanted it to be much larger, like that. So I bought both versions of full screen and widescreen, so I know you see more in the widescreen, but I wanted like Joker's face to be really big on the TV screen. And next is the Da Vinci Code, another one done by Dan Brown and Ron Howard. Yeah, it's a very good movie. Very good storyline, and shows her true potential as an actress in a serious and complex role as Nell. And it's all black and white, so you don't get to see the red dress she wears. It also has Richard Widmark in it. If you guys haven't watched this one of Marilyn Monroe, check it out because it's it's probably her best contribution as an actress. One of my favorites, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Peter Sellers does an amazing job doing Dr. Strangelove, Captain Mandrake, and the President. He's just amazing. And George C. Scott is awesome as General Turchinson. It's just the funniest Stanley Kubrick movie I've seen. And, oh, of course, got Major Kong right there. That bomb scene is the best. Anyways, very cool movie, and actors in it. It's a great storyline. Highly recommended to you guys. And next is Dragonheart. The original movie. Very cool film. Sean Connery as the dragon. And Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee. Yep. It's a cool cover. Cool movie. Next up is Equilibrium. Definitely one of my favorites. Christian Bale, Tay Diggs, Emily Watson. Very cool futuristic movie. Kind of almost like The Matrix, but even better. I love this story, and just the actors in it, and Sean Bean as well. And I thought they would maybe do a sequel to this, but I don't know. If they did, I don't know if it would compare with the original film, so maybe it stays better alone as an individual solo film, which I think it does. So, highly recommend it if you guys haven't seen this. Great story, great actors, great music. And Final Fantasy Advent Children Blu-ray. This is the complete version, so you get a little more action scenes in it with Sephiroth and Cloud. But yeah, I think I remember watching this in my sci-fi class in high school. I think it came out around 2006, but not the complete version. That took them like another 4 years for it to come out. Next one is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Robert De Niro and Kenneth Branagh, but I still like this one as one of the best Frankenstein movies, only because I've read the book and this stays more in line with the original film. I mean, the original book done by Mary Shelley. And, yeah, it's an interesting portrayal by Robert De Niro and Kenneth Branagh, because I prefer the classic monsters instead, you know, like Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Mummy, Dracula. So, I highly recommend that one. Next is, for a few dollars more, the sequel to same target. So yeah, another great movie. And next is Bruce Lee in Game of Death. Another great Bruce Lee film, but unfortunately uncompleted by him. Replaced by another actor called Bruce Lee, L.I. But finished it nonetheless, so next we have Marilyn Monroe and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and Jane Russell as well. So, I don't know, I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan, and yeah, she's great. She was a great person and actress. Of course, I can't say that I met her, but wish I did. Great. I mean, just her point of views and everything, not her character personalities, but her real life views. I mean, as a person, she's very cool. Next, Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance. I know some of you probably may not have liked this one, but I like it better than the one that they came out with from before with Nicolas Cage, but this one was more like grungy type heavy metal Ghost Rider, which I liked. Man, you guys are probably gonna rag on me about this, but for me this is all about Snake Eyes. But what's Storm Shadow doing in there? But G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, and probably not highly recommended, but it's, I don't know, it's just got cool effects in it, and of course it's more eye candy type movie for that alone than a storyline or, yeah. I don't know what happened, but I thought they were gonna bring out G.I. Joe Retribution this year, but they're holding it off until next year. I guess they thought they could compete with, you know, the Avengers and the Dark Knight Rises, which is probably wise of them. But yeah, do another collection. Right, so next up is Russell Crowe and Gladiator. Yeah, it's one of my favorite films of Russell Crowe, and probably Walking Phoenix, because I mean, that's probably all I'll ever think of him, is that snooty emperor type dude in this film. But yeah, I forgot that Hans Zimmer did the music for this. It's a very beautiful score in this as well. Let's see, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. I'm getting more into my Godzilla collection now, so you guys will find I'm a very big Godzilla fan. I mean, as a kid, and now it's been rekindled as an adult that I've gotten back into it. So there's King Ghidorah, the Mothra larva, and Godzilla. I think Rodan is in this one too. It's got some of the more classic pictures on the back here of King Ghidorah and Godzilla. I hope in the new Godzilla that they're doing that they will add the original monsters into those films, because, you know, the 19 can say about it. This is one of my favorites. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. The original one from the 1970s. And I used to have a figurine of Mechagodzilla somewhere, but I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, this is totally nostalgic for me, as I remember watching it as a kid continuously. And Godzilla vs. Mothra, which is a very good classic. Totally remember the Peanuts. That's their music name, stage name. And I love the Mothra songs in this one that they sang. I love this guy. His face. It's all funny. Godzilla. This one I recommend too. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Giant monsters all out attack. Of course they forgot Baragon here. It's at the very bottom. I thought this one was very cool. Not bad actors either. In fact, this is probably out of all the other Godzilla movies that I have, this one has the best actors in it. Japanese actors, I mean. And cool monster fights between him and King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Baragon. Next is a 2-disc set of Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, which, meh. But Godzilla vs. Destroya is a very good contribution to the Godzilla series. Just because he's like, his body is acting like a nuclear reactor, and it's starting to overload, so Godzilla will like explode sometime in that movie. And then that's like the last monster that he faces is Destroya. This next one, Godzilla Tokyo SOS, but versus Mechagodzilla and Mothra. But I like this one too. Very different from the Godzilla and Mechagodzilla from the 1970s. But I kind of like this new one here. It's just got more features on it that wasn't seen in the 1970s one. But that's the end of my Godzilla collection. I still need to buy the original one from the 1950s. Gojira. Yeah, that one. It's a definite classic. The Goonies. Definitely an 80s classic. Interesting artwork on the front here. Hero, Jet Li. Very good Chinese film. And I think Zhang Yimou did this one the same as Curse of the Golden Flower. Just checking the credits on this. Yep, that is Zhang Yimou. The Hidden Blade. This is done by Yoshi Yamada, which did another film that I'll show you later called The Twilight Samurai. Just another great samurai film. He portrays his samurai in his films as lower caste samurais, which are the portrays them very well in these films. And as you can see, it says director of the Twilight Samurai up above here. Highly recommend this if you're into real life samurai duels. Oops. This next one is The Hidden Fortress, one of my favorite, or probably my most favorite, of Akira Kurosawa. And you can see Toshiro Mifune right there. Those other two guys. But let me put it this way. You know Star Wars. Well, this is the film that inspired George Lucas to do Star Wars. Well, I can tell you the basis of the story, that Toshiro Mifune's character, Rokuruta Makabe, he is a very famous general, which is like Obi-Wan Kenobi's character in Star Wars, and the girl right here. In fact, let me show you. The inside booklet, The Hidden Fortress, that is kind of like the Princess Leia character, but this is Princess Yuki. So it's very along the same lines as Star Wars, but not as you would think. But it's like filled of very memorable type characters from the Star Wars film. And as you can see, the two guys arguing there are kind of like the droid characters like C-3PO and R2-D2, because they're always arguing with each other and saying we should go that way, we should go this way, and then they come across the paths of Toshiro Mifune's character, who is protecting Princess Yuki from another clan of samurai, or army of samurai, which is called the Yamada Army, and Princess Yuki is part of the Akatsuki, which has a moon crest type feature on their flag, and then they're trying to escape to Hayakawa, which is an ally of Akatsuki. So yeah, and also her homeland called Akatsuki is kind of like the Alderaan planet, which gets destroyed. So she's kind of devastated in the fact that she has to carry that burden to carry on with her clan's name, and bears the responsibility to rebuild that clan. So yeah, it's a very interesting story. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Highlander, Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. Very cool movie. Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yep. And there is Mr. Bane, Tom Hardy. And look who's beside him. It's John Blake from The Dark Knight Rises. It's interesting that Christopher Nolan uses some of the same actors from his movies, but that's pretty cool. Next, The Incredible Hulk. This is the best Hulk representation I've seen, and I wish Edward Norton was in the Avengers in that film. But nonetheless, this is the best Hulk movie you'll ever see. love the way that his muscles are totally more defined than the other one that they did with Eric Bana. But it totally reminds me of Bruce Lee's muscles. Whenever I watch him transform, it always looks like a huge ripped version of Bruce Lee. Which I love that they added those very stretched out muscle tendons as they looked on that screen. It's a very cool representation of the Hulk in this. And the hunt for Red October. In my Connery voice. I love that he's just like looking nowhere in this picture. Like, I'm looking off into the distance. I'm going to take the Red October with me. Sorry, I can't. Once I do the Connery accent, I can't stop. Anyways, very good film. And Alec Baldwin alongside him. Good co-star. It's an awesome film.